Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to Uju TV. But before we begin, let this quote guide your reflection today. Right and wrong are not laws, they are level of consciousness. Right and wrong are most times taught as fixed rule, but in higher consciousness, they are level of alignment. What is right expands life, clarity, peace, and awareness. And what is wrong contrasts the soul, creates disalignment and conflict, inner conflict, and also takes us away from the truth. It separates us from the truth. That is why sometimes what feels wrong to one person, an action that feels wrong to one person, might feel right to the other, because God does not control from a place of punishment, but from a place of awareness of your soul. Most times, some people feel that what feels wrong to them must feel wrong to another person. And what feels right to them will feel right to another person. That is not the way it works. It doesn't mean that what is wrong is not wrong, and what is right is not right. Because when you begin to do things that alter the balance of nature, at that point you understand that you are going against the universe. That is, you're going against yourself. But there are some situations that you find yourself in. You act from a place of your own consciousness, because we live in different reality in this universe, right? Everybody lives in their own reality, vibrate from their own consciousness, the level of consciousness that they have attained in their own personal growth and life. So you cannot be judging people's right and wrong via your own consciousness when it comes to some certain issues. In this case, there are some things that we all know, right? If you feel uncomfortable when some certain things are being done to you, don't feel comfortable doing it to another person. If you feel offended by a certain act or action, don't do it to someone else, because that is your wrong. And when you do that to someone else, it is calculated for you as wrong. But that same action, there are some people that won't see it as anything. That is what it means that when you say the level of consciousness. There are some things you will say to some people, they won't sleep because of their level of consciousness. But some people will be like, forget about that, it doesn't mean anything. And truly, it does not mean anything to them. You understand? So at the level of consciousness you operate, that is how you calculate your own life. But when it comes to the things that alters the balance of nature, the things that you know that when you do it, you know that you have messed with the universe, is wrong. Because from creation, we are aware. We are created sane, normal, knowing. But our experience altered our knowing, and we are trying to figure it out and go back to who we are supposed to be, who we are meant to be from creation. So we know what is wrong and right. And what is wrong is wrong. What is right is right. Don't let anybody deceive you into telling you that nothing. There are right and there are wrong things. Don't be deceived. Don't be talked into believing that everything you do is right, however you want it, because you are the one creating. Yes, you are the one creating. You are the creator of your own universe. You are your own God. But that does not mean that there are no rules and regulations guiding you. Because before you make some certain decisions, your heart will speak to you if you are listening to yourself at all. Even when you are not listening, that spirit of God inside of you will tell you that this thing you want to do is not good, and you know it. Then you shut it up. You be like, I beg, the ones that they have been doing to me, Nko. You understand that kind of thing? So you know what is wrong, you know what is right. Don't let anybody deceive you. What is wrong, and there is right and wrong. But when they say that there is no right and wrong, people misinterpret it. The real interpretation of it is, there are some certain decisions you make in your life because of the state of consciousness that you are. There are some certain decisions you make because of the position of leadership that you have in this physical reality. that exempts you from the punishment that comes from altering the balance of nature because of that position and the consciousness where you are. If another person does the same thing, they are not going to be judged, because in the position you are as a leader, or in the position you are, or in the consciousness you are, there are some things that you will not that will not be weighed the same way they are being weighed for other people, because we live in different consciousness and we are created differently and our journey is different. You understand? But when you consciously perpetuate evil because you think and you feel that is not wrong, and you think so, today I want you to understand that as you shift in consciousness, morality moves from external to internal, right? You choose because you understand. You choose to behave well. You choose to do the right things because you understand, not because you are afraid of the punishment you get. No, but because you understand that what is right and what is wrong is wrong. You're not being moved by the external circumstance and external belief of other people, but because of the understanding of your own personal consciousness in your own journey. Affirmation for today: I am guided by awareness and not fear. I understand that right and wrong are reflection of alignment and consequences. I choose actions that expand clarity, peace, and truth within me. As I grow in consciousness, I move beyond judgment into wisdom, responsibility, and inner knowing. Thank you for joining me once again. And until next time on Uju TV. Thank you for joining me once again. And until next time on Uju TV. Right and wrong is not laws, they are consciousness.